Hey friends, I'm Lisa with Made to Create with Lisa, and I am here today to make some more Christmassy or just wintry decor. I just pulled together all kinds of stuff that I think will make a cute little scene, and so that's what we're going to work on. I kind of feel like I was all over the place with like grabbing this and that, and hopefully it'll all pull together and make something cute. Now, one thing that I do want to show you today is using our gold gilding. It's like gold leafing stuff that you can use to put accents on stuff. And I'm pulling it out of my tub here. It is a big mess. But this is our gold leafing. And I thought that we would add some of this to our project too, which is a little bit of a mess. It kind of clings to everything. So like I said, we're going to kind of pull together a hodgepodge of stuff, and hopefully it'll be cute in the end. So let's just go ahead and dive in. Today is Monday, the beginning of the week. Hey Karen, okay, you're ready to build a snowman. Okay, so I'm going to show you what we're using. I realize this is an empty package, but I got this at the Target dollar spot probably a month ago. And what was in it was these little ceramic, it's a little trio of ceramic snowmen, okay? And they were just completely plain white. And like I said, they're ceramic, okay? And there's a small, medium, and large. Okay, and so what I did is I painted the hat and the nose and the buttons just with acrylic paint with a really small paintbrush so that could dry, and then we'd be ready to go once we got on the video. Okay, so that's what we're going to use today for our little snowmen. All right, so why don't I bring you over. Hey Brenda, how are you? And I'll point you down. Whoops. Whew, so sorry. That was scary. Okay. You're in the holder now, so you shouldn't fly across the room again. Okay. So like I said, this little trio of little ceramic figurines was $3 at the Target dollar spot. Okay. And so it came with these little guys. And I just painted them about an hour ago. And then what we're going to do is kind of build a scene. Okay, so did any of you see these at the Target dollar spot? Little ceramic trees. Ours was really, really spotty on who had them and when, you know, just kind of whenever I happened to be at Target during the Christmas season, they had them here and there, different colors and stuff. So these were a couple of the ones that I grabbed. Oh, look at that. They're even different sizes. I didn't even know that. So they were $1 a piece. And like I said, they're just ceramic. So what I wanted to do with these first was pull in our gold gilding. So this is a big mess. And so I always do it on a tray, okay? So we can't actually do it yet. The first step in using the gold gilding is using some adhesive, okay? So I'm pulling in my silicone mat and then just my regular Tombow liquid glue. And I'm just putting a blob there. I might need more, but now I'm just using a really old paintbrush. And what I'm going to do is just sort of dab on adhesive here wherever I want the gilding to stick. So I was thinking that I would just do it here on the edges of the tree, kind of almost like snow. So I'm hoping that this pulls together and is cute. Normally I wouldn't like necessarily mix the whimsical snowman with gold, but I thought, hey, why not? Let's give it a try. So I'm just blobbing this on. And what you have to do with the gilding is now this has to have a minute to dry, okay? So I am just blobbing that on, including the top. And now let's set this aside to dry for a minute. Okay, actually more than a minute. We need it to dry a little bit. It has to become tacky. And that is when the gilding will stick to it. Okay, so I need a little bit more for this tree. Now, what I was originally thinking too is that we would even try to put some on the snowmen's hats, and then that way it would kind of pull it all together. What do you think? Do you think we should put on the hats? I'm kind of having second thoughts about it. I'm thinking maybe that's the wrong look for my snowmen. Maybe I want them to be more of the whimsical, just plain, the black and white. So you tell me what you think. All right, just about done here. Just blobbing that on. Oh, whoops, one more ridge. And let's get this on here. And then it can start drying and getting tacky. Okay, put it on the top. Okay, so I just have it on all the tips. Hey, Lori. Okay, you think some gold on the hats? Then I'm going to go ahead. You see, it wasn't hard to talk me into it. I'm going to go ahead and get that going so that it can start getting tacky. So all I was thinking was just a little bit, and I was just thinking a little bit on the brim here. Hold on, I'm just thinking. Yeah, I think that I just want it just on the brim. I don't want it like on the whole hat. So I don't know if you watched me in the fall, but I did some beautiful gold gilding on some wooden acorns and stuff. And so this is the same type of idea, using the gilding in your home decor to just sort of add that touch. Okay, so I just did it there, and we'll see. Yes, that was easy. I know. Okay, we'll see how that looks. Why don't we do it not on all three? How's that? And then it won't look quite so matchy-matchy. And we'll just blob it around on the little guy's hat as well. Okay, and then let's set this aside. Now, since I did my adhesive here on this silicone mat, I don't know if you guys have those. You need them, because now I can just peel this off and this surface is good to go again. Okay, so what I need to do is just pull this aside, and we'll let that dry for a minute. Okay, now what I also wanted to do was pull in, I have so much stuff here on my desk. Okay, do you guys remember last week or the week before, I pulled out the Christmas trimmings die set, and I used these little holly dies here to cut out some holly leaves. Okay, so I cut out a couple of those with the spruce cardstock, and that's exactly what I did before. And I just thought that I would add this onto one of the snowmen's hats. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. And you know what? I'm going to grab my glue dots to do that. I was originally thinking that I would use the hot glue for that, but honestly, I think that the glue dots would be better. So let's pull those out. Okay. So we will put a holly leaf there and a holly leaf there. Okay, isn't that cute? Okay, so now I pulled out a couple different choices here. We have the the red rhinestones, or I also have the wonderful gems. These are bigger, and I thought that these actually would be really cute, but I brought the little rhinestones just in case these were too big. So let's see how this looks. and see. Yeah, I really like that. Okay, so we're gonna add his little holly berries. And hopefully I can fit one more in there. Let's see. Right on the brim of his hat. There we go, perfect. Okay, look at that. Isn't that cute? Okay, so that's the only one I was gonna do the holly on. Okay, then I also had a couple different ribbons. So this and this are from the Playful Pets suite of products, okay? This little twine, and then the red, and then of course the black gingham. And I thought that we needed to have him have a scarf. So I just honestly figured that we would just do a little of this and a little of that. So I kind of like him with the gingham, so let's do that. So how are you guys doing? It's a new week. So what my husband and I worked on yesterday for the entire day was making applesauce. We had a very, very large production of apples this year on our apple trees, and we just haven't gotten to it. They've been sitting in bins waiting for us to have time. So yeah, a few of them are starting to rot, but for the most part, they're doing great. So yesterday we got, sorry, I'm trying to make a square knot here. We got 21 quarts canned yesterday. I know it seems a weird time of year to be doing it, but we just buckled down and he helped me, and it was really, really great to get that going. Okay. What is wrong with my scissors? Okay, so let's trim this off here. And then he has a little scarf, and I think that he's done, don't you think? Now, I know that he doesn't have eyeballs. I personally love that he doesn't have eyeballs. Does that bug you? Okay, I'm gonna put him aside and move this stuff, and let's go ahead to our gold gilding. Okay, so what you do is you pull out your gilding, okay? And let's start with our trees. What you do is you literally just pick up pieces of the gold and you just start laying it onto wherever the adhesive is. And what happens is it just sticks on there. Okay, now I will warn you, it does get on your fingers. And this, I have so many big sheets of it, I can just sort of do it this way right now. Eventually it gets to where it's like more powder when you kind of get to what's left over. But right now I still have so many large sheets in this bottle that I can kind of do it this way. Okay, so you're gonna just kind of press it on, you keep moving along. Now we could just finish each section as we go, but I kind of thought it would be easier to get the whole thing covered first. So yes, you can make it all messy and just get it all covered. And I can actually feel where there's still exposed adhesive. So then you know that you still need to put some gilding on there. Okay, I'm twisting it around, getting all the spots that need some gold. This is the last section here. We'll get that on there. Okay. And it will kind of stick to your fingers too, but that's usually because you actually have adhesive stuck on your fingers and that's what it's sticking to. Okay, so you like that mess there? Okay, so what I'm going to do now is pull in my bucket. And what I like to do is just use an old cheap paintbrush. I like it to have really stiff bristles. And I've tried different things. I've tried like sponges or, well, pretty much spongy brushes or, you know, the foam paint brushes or whatever. And honestly, this is what I prefer. So if you find a different method that you prefer, that is just great. All you need to do, the point is you're kind of pushing and pressing the gold gilding down onto the object and brushing off anything that's extra. Okay. You see how pretty this is coming? Now see how there's like blobs on there, not just on the edge. See, I think that's beautiful because then it looks more natural to me, you know, as opposed to like a straight line. I like it kind of all over the place. So we're going to just brush it off. And it kind of sticks differently to each spot. Okay, now I'm going to blow on it, so hold on here. Okay, and that way you can see what's left. If there's any spots you missed or whatever. So I'm just brushing off any more excess. Okay, can you see that? Isn't that beautiful? From the little $1 Target tree to something that looks like really fancy. Okay, so let's now do our white one. So tell me if you have used the gold gilding before. It's one of those things where when you open up the bottle, you realize it's going to last you for the next 400 years. It just, there's so much in there, it explodes. So in that sense, that's kind of nice because it's not something you run out of all the time. You can just buy a bottle and use it forever. So it's messy, and as you saw, I have a dedicated bin for it. It's just from the dollar store. It's not some fancy bin. And that way it just stays contained. I keep my my paintbrush in there and everything. And that way, anytime I want to pull it out, it's just ready to go. It really isn't hard. So the only, you know, biggest deal about it is just the adhesive, you know, putting that on in advance and then letting it dry. Okay, so I have all that on there. So now let's pull in our bucket. Now see, all of this down here you can reuse. So that's what I was talking about, that it kind of eventually turns into a little bit of a, you know, more powdery type stuff as opposed to the sheets. And then you can just use that and press it into your adhesive. So to me, in that sense, it's a lot like embossing powder. It just kind of goes on and on and on. Now, I realize I don't heat emboss every single day, but I do not think that to this day I have ever fully used up a whole jar of embossing powder in all the 23 years that I have been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Like I said, it's not like I emboss every day, but still, that stuff lasts forever. Okay. Okay, what do you think? Isn't it beautiful? Okay, you have to tell me what you think, guys. Okay, so we're setting those aside. Now, all we have left is our little snowman hats. Okay, Lori, so I hope this looks good. Otherwise, you and I made the wrong call. Or maybe I can just blame you. All right. We'll work this all the way around. I think it's just going to be a little bit of an accent, which is just perfect. I'm just trying to rip off some of these little pieces. There we go. All right. Oh, good, Karen. I'm glad that you like it. Okay, Laura, you love it. I'm glad because this is the call that we made, right? Okay. Okay, I'm going to blame you. All right. Actually, while I have this over here, let me just go ahead and get the last one on and then we'll brush them off all at the same time. Ooh, look at this one. It goes all the way around almost. Well, that was kind of cool. Going all the way around in one fell swoop. Okay, now I'll kind of press that in. Okay, push this aside. Bring back in our tub and rub it off. Okay, I think we made the right call. Good job, good job. Look how cute this is. Now, obviously, you could do the whole brim, you could do the whole bottom of the hat, you could do as much as you wanted. I just did that little accent. Okay, look at that. Yay. Okay, let's do our little guy. And we will. Now, do you see how more, like this is kind of a little bit more spotty? See how that didn't cling like exact? And I love that. I love that it's not a solid line. Hey, thanks, Sue. I'm glad you like it. Okay. One last brush. All right. Okay, there he is. Maybe drip some off. That might be cute too. And you know what? I could do that after I get off here. Otherwise, I would have you on here all day. So we'll see how that goes because I still have several things I want to do. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what this guy looks like with a red scarf. I think we can do red on him. Oops, see, I always do everything with it still on the spool. I just need to cut it off sometimes. I'm very frugal with my ribbon, so I always leave it on the spool. All right, I'll try to tie a square knot. And then we'll have his little scarf. Okay. And then what should we do with this guy? So we have these. Which one should we do? So we could do another one with the gingham just to kind of tie it together. Or we could do one like, you know, kind of go a couple times around. Let's see what this looks like. If we go a couple times around, oh, I actually think that's really cute. Let's do that. Okay. I always wish that there's not a delay on Facebook so that it'd be easier to wait for your guys' answers. All right. Okay, that is cute. Hello. Love it. Okay. Okay, so let's move all of our ribbons out of the way. And I'm going to move our gilding out of the way. And you know what? I'm actually frightened. What if that fell over? So I'm going to put the lid on there. Whoa. If that ever exploded all over my room, that would be a disaster. Okay. So this idea came to me literally like 5 minutes before I turned the camera on. So let's see how this works. Okay. Have you guys seen these crates at the Dollar Tree? They're just in the regular crafting section. They're not like in the Christmas section or anything. It's just like a little miniature crate. Okay. So what I did is it's all the natural color. And what I did really quick is just stained it because I want to do it upside down. Okay. So it'll be like creating a platform, but it's going to give it some height when I sit it out. Okay. So I realize that you're looking from the top down. And so I'll show you the front view when we get off. But so I thought that this would be cute to then create a scene as opposed to just showing you this stuff and moving on. So I'm looking here. Where did I put my, here it is. So I'm pulling it back out my embossing paste. You guys know how much I love this. And we will go ahead and make some snow. Okay. So I am going to basically, it's like frosting a cake. We're going to spread this around to make our snowy scene. And this is why I was saying that I'm just like pulling in all kinds of stuff, because this was like a totally last minute thought. But I thought, you know, I kind of wanted to do something with the snowmen, not just have them, you know, cute and decorated. I felt like they needed to have a scene or something. Okay. So I want the whole thing covered. All right, almost done. All right. There we go. Okay. So as you see, it is all, excuse me, it's all bumpy and uneven. And I mean, that's what I want. You don't want it to be just like totally flat. Okay, so we'll put the lid on our embossing powder or paste. I'm going to scrape any extra there. And now I'm just going to wipe off my palette knife. Okay, so now we will create our scene with our snowmen and our trees. And I kind of like set it all on here before I went live just to make sure it would fit. And now I'm trying to remember. Okay, so in order to get it to all fit, I put a tree over here. So what I'm going to do is each item that I put on, I'm going to put some hot glue on it. I'll get that going. Come on. I'm pushing it with my chin. I just switched the, there we go. I switched the glue thing and it's not coming out. There we go. Okay. So we will put a tree here. Now I know you've seen me do this before. It kind of has to squish through the embossing paste to kind of reach the base. And like I said, I know you're seeing the top view, but I will show you the view from the front in just a minute here. So let's get some of these guys glued on and squish it down through the embossing paste so that the hot glue makes contact with the crate. So put a nice generous amount on there and we'll squish it through. You kind of push it down so it adheres, and then we'll put this one on. Okay, I know you totally cannot see how cute this is. Hold on, just about ready to show you. All right. Getting that baby on there. Okay. Okay, is it sticking? I want to tilt it to show you. I hope it'll stick. Okay, ready? Isn't this coming together? Okay, now I could feel this tree release when I tilted it because it wasn't quite stuck. So let me sit that back up so that it sticks. Okay, now my last thought of something to add was these cute little mini ornaments from Walmart. And thanks, Joy. I think it's coming together. So I saw these little mini ornaments. And let's cut off let's see, where is this attached? It looks like it's attached down in there. So I'm just gonna cut that off at the top. And I think that this will be really cute sitting in the snow. Oh, I can't decide. I don't like that that's open, so I'm gonna have to put something on the top there. Maybe I'll have to put some sort of a gem or something. Okay, I'm gonna have to hold that up at the end and see. If I put it in there, it's gonna make a mark. I can't decide if I like it or not. So when I hold it up and show you, you're gonna have to tell me if we should add it or not, okay? And then the last thing I wanted to add, I'm looking for it here. Where did it go? Oh, here they are. Okay, so it's these little tags. Remember, these are always the little ornaments from Walmart. I'm so glad you guys are liking this. Okay, remember, these are the cute little ornaments you can get at Walmart. And I was thinking like, well, I was kind of thinking the Season's Greetings or the Merry Christmas to put on the front of the box. So the only reason I was thinking this wouldn't work is because the floppiness here of the beads. So I think we have to not use those. So I'm thinking, let's do well, okay, this was the other thing I was gonna add. Have you guys seen the mini ornament section at Hobby Lobby? Where they have like all the miniature trees and all that stuff. So these really, really sparkly snowflakes. I know that I could die cut snowflakes. You like the Merry Christmas, huh? I know I could die cut snowflakes, but honestly, I like the bulk, the thickness, and then the glittery of these little ornaments. So I see the Merry Christmas would look way better with the white because that doesn't look very good. So let's go ahead. All right, Sue, you win. All right, let's pull that in. We will take off the tag and we'll glue this on there like that on the side. So I'll put a little blob of hot glue. We'll glue that baby on. Okay. And then that looks really cute. Okay. And then what we'll do is we will glue it on the front of our box. Now let me see if these are, I feel like they're pretty stuck. This one is still a little bit wobbly. So I don't know if I'm gonna have to re-glue that one. It's common to re-glue with the embossing paste. It's not that big of a deal, but oh, see, yeah, it just released. So I'm not gonna try to tilt it. I'll just show you from the front view. But let me go ahead. Isn't that funny? It totally looks like frosting. Okay, let me go ahead and re-glue it. Get that stuck down in there. And then I'll show you. And we will adhere this on the front, and then I will show you the front view. So I thought about like stamping a cute little tag or whatever, and obviously you can totally do that. My point is to make home decor that's cute and doesn't involve like a ton of time. Okay, I gotta bring you up and show you this cuteness. All right. All right, are you prepared for this? What do you think of my straight hair? I'm in disguise today. No, whenever I get my hair cut, my hair lady straightens it. So it's kind of fun for something different. Okay, whoops. Okay, hold on. I'm getting embossing paste all over my fingers. Okay, are you ready? Oh, okay, hold on. I need to flip the camera. Let's flip it around. Okay. Show you the side view, the top view, our little trees, our gold, Let me show you the gold close up. Pretty darn cute, huh? Now, obviously the trio of snowmen were $3, and so it's not like it was, you know, like a 100% Dollar Tree cheapness, but it's still stinking cute for really inexpensive. So this is from the Dollar Tree, so this was $1, and then each of the trees was $1, and then the trio were $3. So I guess that's about $6, and then plus your embossing paste and your little ornament and stuff, which you could totally stamp a super cute tag and all that too. So, oh, and then the last thing, remember you were going to vote. So what do you think? Do you think that we should add the lantern, or do you think the lantern's too big? All right, that's what you have to vote. Tell me what you think. Ooh, a tea light in the box. Maybe it will glow out the side. Not totally positive. Okay, Sue is voting no on the lantern. All right, so you're going to have to tell me what you think, but otherwise, this baby is done. All right, so pull out your ribbons. You can pull out your little dies to add cute little stuff to your little objects, and then that gold gilding is just a lot of fun to play with and add accents to things. So that is what I have for you today. So thanks for being here. Happy Monday to you. And yeah, only 2 weeks till Christmas. So have a great rest of your afternoon. I would love it if you would spread the love with your friends. And I appreciate you being here. Don't forget that you were made to create. Have a great day. Bye-bye.